Last year I began a video in this exact same spot at Ipswich station when I did a walk on the East Suffolk line that runs from here to Lowestoft between the stations of Woodbridge and Wickham Market. This year I'm back to do another walk between a couple of the other stations on the line, so let's go get the train. As you leave Ipswich on this line, take a look out the left-hand window and you can see the remains of a platform and building which would have belonged to a station called Beelings that closed in 1956. I'll admit to never really hearing of Darsham before, and I've travelled on this line, so that's how forgettable it is. But nonetheless, it's where I'm starting my walk. And I begin by heading south along the road, despite the fact that the majority of the walk today I'm going to be heading north, but I found my path off of it. I think this will end up just being a very gentle countryside walk in East Suffolk. I'm not too sure if there'll be too many things to look out for along the way, so we're just going to go and see what we discover, really. That's a way to keep viewers' retention. This is a perfect example of the passage of discovery this walk will be. I've just spotted it on my map as well. He's labelled the Yox Man, and he's overlooking the banks of the River Yox itself down there. There is a village called Yoxford as well nearby. I guess I'm going to be looking out for these today. They do have dedicated East Suffolk line walks footpath signs. That pink building down there does actually sit opposite Darsham station, so I can see how I've walked all the way down the road and now I'm crossing all the way over these fields. So this is exactly what I was talking about. It's very nice, but there's not a whole lot to see. There's not a whole lot to talk about. The soil is very soft after all of the rain over the last few days. It's not hard and dry like what a lot of the countryside walks have been this summer. A little tricky to walk across because there's no proper path. Oh, I'm glad to have finally switched up the walk a little bit and have some woodland now instead of the fields. I just missed getting a shot of the train. Gutted. But hey, I found the East Suffolk line for the first time since leaving Darsham station. Close to 5 miles in, I'd say I've come across my first actual destination of the day, Bramfield, complete with a village sign. Now there are numerous East Suffolk line walks you can do between all of the different stations. Just search up that phrase and you'll find a plethora of them. I've chosen to do one today between Darsham and Halesworth, which is about 9 miles, and I've combined it with one from Halesworth to Brampton, which is about 5 miles. But to cut down that distance a little bit, I'm going to take a more direct route into Halesworth now, along a main road, unfortunately. But I do think I'll have another opportunity another day to do part of the section that I'm going to miss out. You will find a village church here in Bramfield, which unusually has a round tower, which is quite common in East Anglia, but is unique in Suffolk for being the only one to be detached from the church building itself. I can't say I've come across a structure like this before in a churchyard. Bramfield likes its circular structures, it seems, because this wall is not straight. It's swerving in and out. And I've seen a post of a wall like this before where it suggests that by building it like this, it actually uses less bricks. Oh, that's fancy. See, I want to dispute that because you would think that this does use more bricks, right? But because of its wavy nature, it makes the wall more stable. So you can build it with just one layer of bricks, whereas a straight wall would need at least a couple and would therefore use more. Beautiful old mile marker here. 98 miles to home in London. Slightly worried that we're running out of pavement up here. I've hopped the ditch just so I can walk alongside this field at this stage. It's better than being on the road. Okay, I'm finally coming off of the road. It's gone quiet now as soon as I start filming. I can see a level crossing up there, which which means we're close to the railway. But I'm going to head across Halesworth's Golf Club. Oh no, there was a car, of course there had to be. I thought there was quite a lot of apples on the path in the golf course here, but I just noticed the sheer number of them right on the banks of the railway tracks in there. I'm a little confused because there's no passenger train due. Maybe the timing's different at peak hours? I wasn't meant to come through then. Got a total of 3 bridges here. The railway one, a much older one, and a much newer looking one. And these two go over the River Blythe, which I think I would have walked a little bit more of today if I didn't take the shortcut. But, of course, I could be walking it another time. You know, this isn't the first time I've come across rabbits in what seems to be the middle of an industrial estate. Well, I've made it down into the heart of Halesworth now, with a church that doesn't have a round tower. You know, I'd heard of George Lansbury before, but I had no idea that he was one of the founding fathers of the Labour Party, and that he was born here in Halesworth. Look at that bank. I love the intricate designs on it. I like Halesworth. This is a quaint little place. If it wasn't for the car alarm going off. Oh, this would actually be so peaceful to walk down. Oh, actually, it's not the car, it's this building. I guess this is foreshadowing for where I'm going next, because I found a national rail map here. So we're down on this East Suffolk line between Ipswich and Lowestoft. So I've previously done a walk between Woodbridge and Wickham Market stations, and today I'm going between Darsham and Brampton, which is giving us a bit of a pattern on this line of not visited, visited, not visited, visited, not visited, visited, not visited, visited. And then there's 2 in a row, and I have been to Lowestoft, so it breaks at the end. So I've made it to Halesworth station, and it's no wonder I was surprised by the train at the level crossing, because I know that there's an hourly service along here, but then for some reason at this time there's a gap of 45 minutes followed by about an hour and 15 minutes. Now, there did actually used to be another railway line from here, a much smaller railway actually, that ran to Southwold between 1879 and 1929, which is on the Suffolk coast. It's a shame that it's quite hard to reach parts of the Suffolk coast nowadays because there's just not many trains that access it. But that doesn't mean I won't come back one day and walk there instead from Halesworth station. Oh wait, there's another one tucked down there as well. Why did they get a smaller sign the following year? Now, I won't be surprised if I reiterate these points when I come back to Halesworth one day, but the intriguing thing about this station is that it was quite unique for having moving platforms. The station was built across a level crossing, and so this would swing out across the track so people can cross it when there were no trains due. Speaking of, there is a train coming, and the trains nowadays are too short for this part of the platform, so it's no longer in use. Never mind, I take it back. A 4-coach does actually use the former moving platform. It doesn't need to move anymore nowadays anyways, because the road doesn't even cross the tracks here. And considering I'm not ending or starting a walk here today, and I'm doing 2 East Suffolk line sections in one, that means I got to cross over the tracks themselves to continue for the 5-mile stretch to the next station at Brampton. Now, this is a delightful trail. This is what footpaths should be. Nice and wide, no problem of it becoming really overgrown and annoying to walk through, like that path from Hadley Wood on the last walk. What's probably going to be the only notable landmark on this section of the walk is the former RAF Halesworth. We came across another old airbase recently when exploring the stations on the Bitton line. That's another Greater Anglia Railway. It does seem like there's an old airfield hangar over there, and they've got some wind turbines on the old base too. We might get a better look at them. So the sun will set by the end of the walk, and here it's looking down over one of the former runways to RAF Halesworth, which gives us evidence that this has indeed been turned into a wind farm. I've noticed that I'm also on National Cycle Route 1, which I was on the last East Suffolk line walk around Woodbridge, and I'm crossing the railway for the last time today before the station. I found the railway again. I'm on the last path to the station. Look at that moon, by the way. Full moon. Looks incredible. It's dark now. I feel like I should whisper. It's that quiet. Oh my god, you can't even see what's down the path. I guess this is a sign that summer is over, right? If I'm ending walks in the dark now. And I end the walk by emerging out to Brampton station. And there's just something I really like about tiny single platform stations like this. I can hear the train even before the level crossing barriers have come down. There you go. So Brampton Station is one of two in the country. The other one is all the way up in Cumbria. I'll have to go there one day. This one, however, used to be a request stop. So up until a couple of years ago, I would have had to stick my arm out as the train was approaching so that it will stop. Almost like I'm hailing down a bus. This is such a weird little station to end a walk at, but what a fantastic walk that was. One I was pleasantly surprised by, passing through the village of Bramfield and the town of Halesworth. Wait, I'm not allowed to go into the shelter? It's got a fragile roof. Oh. Oh. Sensor lights. Good thing it's not raining and I can sit out here on these benches. We're so in the middle of nowhere that this East Suffolk line's timetable that I picked up from Ipswich this morning, which, by the way, despite being dated 2025, still has the old Twitter logo. Oh, the lights have gone off. It's because I'm not moving. This is where I first found out that there are walks which you can do on the line, and they have a great map of the entire line as well as places to visit at a bunch of the stations along the way. But there's one notable exception here, and that is, there is nothing to say about Brampton. Oh yeah, one last point. I bought an advanced single today. So yes, I was expecting to finish in the dark. Greater Anglia have really good advance fares from Stratford, up to only a couple of days before travel. So my single to Darsham and my single back from Brampton was only about £18 with a rail card. Yet if I came today and bought a open return, it would have been like £43. So great bargain. Train's coming. Oh yeah, there's no ticket machines here as well. So I wonder, because I printed my ticket at Stratford this morning, the guard's going to probably be like, how on earth do you have your ticket? This one, however, was... Oh, the lights are going off because I'm not moving.